Alright, so see, this is a dead one right there. We got some dead things. This one I just pushed over. That was sitting right back there. You can see this is actually like a top to a tree that I pulled. Was hung up there. So we got the chainsaw. I think we're going to clean up a couple of these. This one here is dead. I don't really want to fell it that way. I'd really fall it this way where it's easy to clean it. Yeah, so why don't I just let it fall on its own? Because it would probably fall and get hung up, and then it's like a pain in the ass to pull them out. So I'd rather fall them where I want them, and then I can use them for sawmill or firewood or chipping. And there's like another dead one here, and I think there's a couple more back here. Like here's a big ash that's dead. So I might clean up just a couple of these smaller trees in here, and that gives more area for the new trees, the good trees to grow, and it also makes it easier for me to when if they did fall, then I have to, like, it's inconvenient for me to try to extricate them. Alright, so here it is. You see how it's leaning quite a bit, and I think I calculated that it wants to fall that much in that direction, and then 90 degrees there, it goes straight down, so it wants to go that way in its natural fall. So I put this stick down here. This is the direction it wants to fall. It wants to fall in this direction, and I put that stick over there. That's where I'd really like it to fall. So it's almost like at 90 degrees to where it wants to fall with a significant lean, and that's probably like a 8-inch tree. So I can try that, and if I mess up and it does fall this way, it's just going to get hung up in these trees, and I'll have to butt pull it and drop it in there somewhere. So let's set up and see what we can do. let's have a look. I almost cut through the hinge on the far side, so it's a pretty small hinge, and I did put the angle back a little bit from where I want it to drop, as they recommend, but you can see it hung up right in that tree there, and I want it to fall right at that stick. So I think we're lined up. I just gotta pull that down a little bit without standing underneath it so it falls on me, and not climbing on top of it so I fall with it. So I think I need to probably go get a rope, perhaps, or a PV. It's not, there's still a hinge there. I've always been amazed by PVs. There's things that I don't believe it'll do that it does so easily, and there's things I think it should do so easily that it won't do. So maybe I'll get a PV and a rope, and we'll see if we can drop it right at that stick where we wanted it. Alrighty, here's our stick. That's where we wanted it to fall, and I guess we put it pretty close to that. Well, that worked out good. Just used the rope to pull it down. Alright, we gotta clean up that. I think it's lunchtime. Alright, chipper, that's firewood. I think this is going to be sawmill. So we just got to clean these up now. Next, put these on there and take those. So I got a couple of those logs need to get cut, put on the log splitting pile. I think this week I'm going to get the log splitter. I'm going to split them and put them on that pile. Yeah, let's have a walk of the project site. Okay, so this was part of doing the trail mowing and then doing brush cutting and pole sawing along the edges, seasonal stuff. And there's a couple of trees here that were dead that when they fall in the trail and they get hung up. So that was one. There's one back there. So we cleaned those up. There's a couple over in here we cleaned up. And then this section is pretty much set for just regular mowing. We do have some stumps from before that we're going to get a stump grinder and take care of those, just because it makes it easier to utilize that space. We got a couple other dead trees, ash trees, that probably will need to be taken down before they fall in an opportune time across the path. Hung up, makes it hard to get them out. Yeah, there we go. All right, I think we're in pretty good shape. It's gonna be time for lunch because we're almost out of water and it's that time. And then I think we've got some things to do around the house. Kind of interesting. This chip pile used to be like way over there, that whole thing. And we used all that on a trail. I think we'll probably use up that, and then we're gonna get the wood chipper, but not just yet because it's still too wet to get it back here. But it is gonna, you know, this is still too wet here, and there's other spots like that, so we gotta let that all dry up.